Namaskaram and welcome. You are now watching the eighth and final part of our video series on Bhadragali Mahatmyam. In this series, we have been bringing to light a sacred and treasured tale, the divine glory of Devi Bhadragali, a text once available only in Malayalam, now shared in both English script and audio for all seekers. This offering has been made possible through the tireless efforts of Guruji Chidakasha Bhairavanatha, the revered Pidadipati of Kanchana Peetham. Through his grace and guidance, devotees across the world can now listen to and read this powerful narrative, invoking the fierce compassion and protective blessings of Devi Bhadragali. If you wish to access the full text of the Mahatmyam, you will find the link to the Kanchana Peetham website in the description below. You are warmly welcomed to explore it further. Now, let us proceed with the story. In our previous episode, Devi Bhadragali had defeated Daruka and was relentlessly pursuing him as he fled the battlefield. Exhausted and terrified, Daruka fled into Patalaloka, hiding in mountain caves during the day and emerging only at night. Devi searched tirelessly across the three worlds, trident in hand, her three eyes seeing heaven, earth, and the underworld all at once. Then a voice resounded from the heavens, an Ashariri, revealing that Daruka was hiding below the earth. Standing in blazing splendor, the goddess spread her long tongue across the land and covered the sun with her wild dark hair, plunging the world into an illusion of night. Believing night had fallen, Daruka emerged from the underworld, unaware he was walking upon Devi's tongue. In an instant, she rolled her tongue back, hurling the demon into the sky. As he plummeted, he feared he would be impaled on her trident, and his fear proved true. Devi Bhadragali pierced him through the chest. Bleeding and defeated, Daruka fell at her feet, begging for mercy. Though she appears fierce, Devi Bhadragali is compassion itself. Hearing his cries, her heart softened. But the Devas, Siddhas, Gandharvas, Rishis and celestial beings watched in alarm. They reminded her, "O Bhadragali, daughter of Shiva, this demon has destroyed the three worlds, broken Dharma, defied Lord Shiva, and tormented all beings. It is for his destruction that Lord Shiva manifested you. Do not delay." Their words ignited her inner fire. Flames burst from her third eye. Growing vast like a mountain, she let out a terrible laugh that echoed across the 8 directions. Devi Bhadragali smashed Daruka down to the earth and drove her spear into his chest. To prevent more demons from being born from his blood, she drank every drop, filling her skull bowl, adorning herself with his intestines, and finally severing his head. Holding the severed head in one hand and the weapons in the other, she stood in a most ferocious form. The earth trembled. Vetala feasted upon the corpses strewn across the battlefield. Jackals and dogs prowled among the fallen. The ground was drenched in blood. Though she had killed Daruka, Devi was still enraged. Mounting Vetala, she flew towards Kailasha, followed by an army of Bhutas and Ganas. Lord Shiva understood that his daughter was approaching in a fierce, destructive rage. At this point, it is worth recalling a traditional story preserved in Aitya Mala. When Daruka had gone for his final battle, his wife Manodari performed austerities to please Lord Shiva and received a boon. Sweat wiped from Lord Shiva's body, capable of subduing enemies. When she later saw Devi Bhadragali returning with her husband's severed head, grief overtook her. Manodari hurled the divine sweat at the goddess, and Devi Bhadragali became afflicted with disease and collapsed. In response, Lord Shiva created a being named Kantakarnan, who healed Bhadragali and brought Manodari before her. Enraged, Devi cut off Manodari's limbs and eyes so she could no longer harm others. Yet later, moved by compassion, Devi Bhadragali transformed her into Vasurimala, a deity who both causes and cures epidemic diseases. Her story is still preserved in the Vasurimala Theyyam tradition of Kerala. Meanwhile, Lord Shiva contemplated how to pacify his daughter's fury. He instructed Lord Ganapati and Nandikeshan to take the form of 6-month-old infants and lie along her path, knowing that even in her fiercest form, Devi Bhadragali's heart melts at the sight of children. He also commanded the Devas and celestial beings to gather at the inner gates of Kailasha and sing praises to Devi. As Devi Bhadragali approached, wild with fury, she suddenly saw the 2 infants. Instantly, maternal love blossomed within her. She lifted the children, cuddled and nursed them, her anger dissolving entirely. Entering Kailasha, she found all beings waiting with folded hands, chanting her praises. Lord Shiva and Devi Parvati blessed their daughter. Lord Shiva spoke gently, declaring that she would be honored as the protector of land, clan, and family, showering grace on all without distinction of caste or religion. She would accept all offerings without discrimination, whether simple or grand, and that she would be worshipped in temples, forests, homes, and sacred groves. He proclaimed that the severed head of Daruka would remain in her hand as a symbol of the victory of Dharma over Adharma. She was to protect the humble, punish the arrogant, and bless all who sought refuge in her. Devi Bhadragali then expressed her concern. With her long tongue, sharp teeth, and fierce form, would people not mock her? Lord Shiva reassured her that she had not chosen this form. It was created to destroy evil. She possessed the power to crush the wicked and uplift her devotees. She would be honored by many and would grant them prosperity, knowledge, and protection. Satisfied, relieved, and blessed by her parents, Devi Bhadragali bowed before Lord Shiva and Devi Parvati. Then, accompanied by Nandikeshan, she returned to earth. She spent years in deep tapasya until an anthill formed around her. The very anthill later disturbed by King Chandrasena's elephants, leading to the events narrated early on in the Mahatmyam. It is by the grace of Devi that the fierce form that emerged from the anthill did not kill King Chandrasena. Devi Bhadrakali became the Paradevata of countless families in Kerala, worshipped in temples, kalaris, and homes. Her fierce yet protective presence dispels disease, removes obstacles, grants knowledge, prosperity, peace, and courage. Her form, adorned with demon heads, severed hands, blazing third eye, long tongue, weapons of every kind, and the head of Daruka, is terrifying to the arrogant and comforting to the righteous. Merely listening to her story brings auspiciousness. Speaking or hearing her Mahatmyam grants fulfillment of desires and protection from suffering. Thus, Maharishi Sudikshana narrated the sacred tale to King Chandrasena, completing the story of the divine manifestation of Devi Bhadragali and her slaying of the Asura Daruka. And with this, we bring the 8th and final part of this sacred Bhadragali Mahatmyam series to a close. If this journey has moved you, inspired your devotion, or helped you feel nearness to the Divine Mother, we humbly invite you to support this offering by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Kanchana Peetham YouTube channel. Your engagement helps this sacred wisdom reach more seekers around the world. And do tap on the bell icon so you remain connected for future videos. This English rendering is only one among the many spiritual initiatives at Kanchana Peetham. Under the divine grace and guidance of Guruji, the Guru Krupa Tantrika Vidyalaya continues to nurture sincere seekers in the living traditions of Mantra Vidya, Tantra Vidya, Yantra Shastra, and Devata Aradhana through both online training and personal guidance. Right now, seekers may join powerful courses such as Ganapati Puja, Skanda Upasana, Hanuman Mantra Vidya, Karupa Swami Japa Vidhana, and the rare and transformative Chatushashti Yogini Puja, a path that invokes the blessings of the 64 yoginis. Beyond teaching, Kanchana Peetham also offers Parihara Pujas for astrological and Vastu-related obstacles, handmade energized yantras for spiritual upliftment and protection, traditional Vastu Shastra consultations for harmony, balance, and prosperity in one's living and working spaces. Thank you for walking with us through this divine story. We look forward to meeting you again in upcoming videos. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.